every map has to have your little barracks or people makers, but sometimes your maps will have different econ resources kind of based on what the map is. So you might not always have a good spot for mills or mines or harbors, but you'll always have people. In this case, almost looks like I'm starting off with just straight up heroes. A big map, a lot of shrines. I think I might go there first to get a bunch of shrines. And a lot of mills, so if I came back, doing like a mill heavy econ route would probably be good. Weird sacrificial circle over here, what is that? Interesting, I'll pass on that at first. Yeah, it really looks like I don't even see people, so as I had mentioned, there's always people. It looks like you really just start off with heroes. Looks like I'm just gonna have some really strong heroes at first. Okay. Unlock that one shrine. Where that hero at? Here. Give me a golem. Slap him at. Tell him to stay put-ish. Now let's see if we can get this shrine activated. And pull them back. Make sure they're still in shrine range. Good. This will be pretty interesting, because it's going to be purely based on heroes. At first, it looks like. We got some, what, that spooky ghost, just in time for spooky season. Interesting. I wonder if this will take me out if I cannot knock them out real quick. So let's see. There we go, get some of these shrines activated. Gotta get 2-for-1 special, boom. There we go. Good, got these shrines up early. Perfect. We got horrifying eldritch beast thing. Let's see, any other shrine? We got one over there. We'll go for some more base level economy. More reliable, like houses. might let that thing get all the way over here. That way to activate this shrine, hopefully. We'll see what happens. Let's go check him out. Oh, that is super duper huge. Interesting. I guess he goes straight for buildings. But he got that shrine for me though, so I'll take that. Thank you very much. All right. So these don't necessarily help out people. I think I'll do this one and get a little economy. Now let's see what's available. Ah, now we got people. There we go. Little boys. Alrighty, let's rock and roll. I guess these go for the first buildings then. When it comes to potential, I talked about one of the first steps is recognizing that you right now have potential. Potential to do a lot of things. Potential to do good things, do great things, and do legendary things. Now the other obstacle is distractions, and it doesn't necessarily equate 100% to your common everyday distractions like playing video games when you should know you should be doing something else, or maybe just taking a nap when you should be working, whatever that may be. If you're in school studying, well then you know might be out partying instead of studying. But whatever that small distraction is, almost a more, I wouldn't necessarily say insidious distraction, but one that's harder to find, is the distraction of too many good things. Maybe you have a lot of extracurriculars outside of school, or if you're working a job, you know, you got your softball league, you got, you know, church groups, you got, you know, any sort of office shindig that might be happening. All these series of good things Maybe not necessarily great things. And then when you go to great, there's less things. But then when you want to go to legendary, there's even fewer things. Essentially coming down to, you can do anything, but you can't do everything. And so when you look at distractions, you have the easy ones, which are like very well defined as distractions in your life. Then start looking at the distractions that might be the good things that you might need to give up to go to great, or great to legendary, depending on what you're doing. One of the easiest, most relatable ones is, what degree do you want to get? What profession do you want to have? Who do you really want to be at the end of it all? You start honing in on that, and you can start pulling away things that you really don't need to be doing. So practical tip number 2. Identify the good and the great and the legendary excellent. And then start realizing where you're trying to get to. Alright, now let's say if I set this up correctly to kind of guide them to this thing over here. Bro, you gotta chill. I'm gonna put you over here. Y'all gonna chill too? I need you over here. You get here. You get here. And let's pull everyone over this way with some nice juicy targets. Alrighty, let's rock and roll. That was odd, but easy. I'll take it. Okay, we got two things coming up. Let me hit a little bit more. Hmm. That's not the one I wanted. I would like the people upgrades, please. Thank you. Oh, I'll get that mine next time. Mines are also pretty cool too, because it when you get a mine, it will teleport you to the other mine. So it makes it way easier to kind of move through places. Now I don't know if I can pull all four of them to this one. I think I might just let this one pop naturally, try not to force it. Focus more on just making sure I live. We'll do that piece. I can stack up all my archers. Alright. Let's go! $100 ghosts. I will need an abundance of damage dealing. Because they can go straight through walls, and I think they go for... So I need towers, basically as sponges. These. Basically anything between them and my main building. Oh yes, and gotta remember the mine. sure I got my archers set so I can do extra damage. Boom. Okay, way easier than I thought it'd be. I was like, bro, that guy's gotta chill on the hippie hop cookie clop over there. Dang, it ain't even last night yet. Get these walls a little stronger. Alright, let's see how it goes. I think I got it. Wasn't paying attention. Uh-oh. Oh, but I got that shrine activated. That's good. Okay, so far so good. Holding them back, nothing crazy. Alright. I can dig it. Nice. I got a lot of stuff up here. Got that goose honking in the background. Yeah. Gotta remember to focus on building up my people. Yeah, save my money on something else. That. I might just be saving up for more upgrades. Let's roll with that. Let's see what happens. Get all my melee ready. Fact. All my melee. Them set up, and I think that should do without them just getting picked off by archers. Let's get the archers ready. Let's get the heroes ready. Lizard Man. Pop it right there. I should be able to pick off anyone who's going to try to pick off my melee. And station me right here. Let's go. That's a lot of damage. Beautiful. Upgrade the Lizard Rider. Upgrade the Golem. At this point I should have almost all people upgraded. I think I just got one left over here. A little bit of towers just to have that extra space between the ghosts and my base. It's almost like sacrificial towers. Coming up north. Now, what I don't like is if you notice there's some like towers like here and kind of like over here. And it makes me wonder, is the final boss going to be coming out of the woods randomly? But I guess we'll find out when it does or doesn't happen. interested to see how that goes. Just gathering up the troops. Getting them all set up. Okay, everyone's set up, locked in place. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. Yeah, let's rock and roll. Looks like they're sending out all of the things first. I'd have an issue with this little section over here. It didn't have coverage. Up north is doing fine, so I'm gonna pull him, and then Dragonite will stay with me. Got the golem coming down this way. Alright, got something going on up the north. People sneaking through. Can't have none of that. Got some spooky boys doing spooky stuff. Okay, good. Now they're good up there. Okay, how we're looking. Checking the line. As we're beginning to wrap up this map here, I'll leave off a little bit with the story of potential. Maybe one or two. The biggest one I think had to come from what I actually heard recently. It's actually my personal trainer at Gold's Gym. Talked to him for a little bit, giving him a little bit of perspective and mentorship-like advice. And for him, I had known him since he got started at the gym I go to. You know, met him, he was front desk, talked to him, he said he wanted to get into being a personal trainer, all that kind of stuff. So talking to him, helping him out, giving a little bit of some perspective on life and some advice in life and business. Slowly over the course of essentially this year I've been with him, he went from being essentially like a apprentice level of coach, personal trainer, to almost being the top level, top earning in terms of paycheck that he could get in essentially what was a matter of 6 months. You know, for me, I'd ask him, like, hey, what do you think has been one of the biggest things that helped you unlock your potential? and he'd mentioned some of the mentorship and coaching I had given him, and then he had mentioned that his boss coaches him a little bit on like being a really good PT. He sought the multitude of counselors in terms of different people who have levels of success that he's looking for. And he was like, yeah, now I've like, he told me right before our last session ended, or right before he left, he goes, yeah, I'm actually, I'm projected to make this amount of much in profit this month from all the sessions I've been booking. I was like, dude, that's awesome. He's like, yeah, man, it's like this much. I was like, cool, how much did your boss make? How much did the person who was coaching you make? Like, oh, I actually beat him this time. And so I'm looking at him like, dude, that's what's up. Having someone to help you, and in his case, having multiple people help pull the most of his potential out, took him from a starting PT, actually just behind the desk, to what it looks like he's going to easily be top earning PT at the gym he's at. I think back to myself, one of the biggest things that's helped me in unlocking my potential has been, kicking some of the past proclivity towards the drink. And after having that, I went from making minimum wage, well, not minimum wage, but the least you could probably make working as a supervisor at UPS, to now over 6 figures. And yeah, it sounds like rags to riches. No, it was being painfully unaware of who I was meant to be. Getting stuck in a cycle of, well, I'm just doing this because I think that's what I'm supposed to do, to actually having a clear and intense focus in my life. And going through the struggles and challenges to put myself in a position to actually start tapping in truly into the potential that was placed in me. Finding a purpose and a calling, being able to exercise that, and using that as fuel as well. And it's been absolutely a game changer. I'm talking, now I'm out here helping people break generational curses, be who they're meant to be. Not to quote the army, be all you can be, but yeah, actually, unlike the army, no offense to those who are veterans, I think if you're a veteran like me, you'd also know that, you don't necessarily get the best pulled out of you in the best way in the military, but you do get a lot pulled out of you. But being able to actually be in that position, I think is like, you start getting to that top level of potential, and that's helping others through your story and example of potential. And it's been a long time. There's been a lot of hard work put into it. But it was absolutely 100% worth it, because you will either pay the price of discipline up front, or you will feel the pain of regret by seeing all that you could have been slip right through your hands, and you sometimes can't get that back. But before we begin this, here's my call to action as a YouTube framework algorithm claims I should have. Think about truly, what are you going to actually potentially give up in life for some short-term pleasure, short-term easiness, lack of discipline? What are you actually giving up by not fulfilling your potential? How many lives could you affect that you won't be able to now? What's the lifestyle you won't ever be able to live because you weren't willing to pay the price of discipline? What's that regret you're going to have at the end? If you do that now, and you act on it, you won't have it in the future. Now let's get going. Woo! That was exciting. That was next level. That was a great one to end the stream off with. Little victory there. So with that, y'all, hope y'all had a great stream. I hope you learned something today that you can take and apply. Write something down. Apply something today. Go unlock your potential. Go be who you know you're meant to be. Do what you know you're meant to do. Leave a comment if you know what that is. Put it in there. Put down maybe your takeaway that you got from this. Whatever it could be. If you like this style of content, like this framework, like the games I play, go ahead and check me out on YouTube or Twitch. But if you do anything, do something that's going to change your life. And with that, have a good one. Be impactful, be loving, be caring, be who you're meant to be. And I'll see you next time.